Hey everybody, I'm back again with another tutorial. Let's turn that light down. That's just way too much light. There we go. Natural atmosphere. The world. You know, the world. Okay, so as you all know, I did choose a bar at some point. Let's see, I got people in my world here that I put together. As you can see, Amanda has gone through a bit of a transformation. I managed to get some of this stuff to work a little better. So she's a little thinner now. This is good. Just put a full light. See, it washes it out when you do that, though. This is the natural light. So she's a little more what I want. But anyway, what we're going to be dealing with today are spaces or cells. So this here is an interior cell. I got to this interior cell in the creation kit itself by going to the cell views. Now we're going to get into cells today, and I'm going to do a whole lot of building for y'all. It's going to probably have to go in a high-speed motion, but anyway, so I'm going to be building up this particular cell right here. I'm actually going to put another floor. So my plan right now is to take over here. I did some work on this the other day. This is the corner here right by the door. And so, losing track of where I am. There we go. Right, so I have a candle in there. I've actually added some red accent lights, although you can't really... There's no light source. I just added red accent lights. I can show you those. If I put on markers, there we go. So these are the three light sources. These two, I believe, are red to give it kind of a red glow. Because this is going to be a very, very special section in my build/mod. So we got this, and I had to put an inside wall. And oops, didn't mean to do that. Let me just take off the markers for a second. Is there a quick way to take off the markers? That'd be really nice. Markers. M. Okay, M. There we go. All right, so... So here we are, and this is the area... No, press the wrong button. I gotta get it. This is the corner, and I'm going to put a stairwell right there in this section. And it's going to go up to a second floor, probably a third floor is the plan right now anyway. I've kind of mapped it out a little bit, and I'll show you how you kind of do that to the best of my ability anyway. So this is my interior space, and the outside, you can see right through it. There's nothing there, right? Oh, there's a painting on them. I didn't even know. Is that a painting or just weird lighting? Oh, doesn't matter. Okay, so what we have to get into is how to... Now this is going to be a process, so I don't want to get it, but I want to kind of give you a little background story on how this works. Like you can see these little parts right here, the greens. Now those are movable objects, basically, right? So I can take and I can move it, and I can copy it, and I can paste it, and I can put it up, and I can build on top of it. You can make it so it snaps, I think, but mostly you can just do it by eye. It's really not that hard. But so this is an interior cell. As you can see, there's nothing anywhere other than that space right there. Alright, that's what an interior cell looks like. Now we want to check out an exterior cell. So I'm going to need my markers back. Okay, because we need this door. Alright, now this is how you link. It says markers, but I see no markers. Oh, I got to press M again. Wait, there we go. I'm new at this. Anywho, so here we are. Right. So this door is linked to a door on the outside. I just got to select the right thing. See, I got it selected. So I double-click that, and it says View Door Reference for this door marker. Okay. So what I just did right now is now I'm going to where this door goes on an exterior cell. You could also link it to an interior cell. You could link a door to any other door, as long as it's a door. It's loading, I assume. Yeah, because outside cells are going to be large, really large. So Now, I suppose I just talk a little bit about what a cell is, right, while we're waiting for this to do its thing. Now, you might think when you're running around a game that it's all one continuous world, and it's built on this giant map inside the game. But that's not actually how it works. How it actually works is you have different cells or sections. They're basically like maybe big cubes might be a good way to explain it. And those sections are like automatic go into the other one. So you're going from one cell to another cell, but you don't know you're doing it because that's how it has to partition the space in a game. You know, the larger the game, the bigger of a deal. I mean, at least this is my thinking on it, right? While I wait for this stupid thing to load. Yeah, I found in the creation kit the outside cells lag a little, but it's going. They're huge. I mean, we're talking about skyscrapers. It probably wouldn't be as bad if you're in the wilderness someplace with only some junk and maybe a couple of houses, but being that we're in the deep city, I mean, this is when you're going to experience lag because there's a lot of stuff to load, and you'll see exactly how much stuff when I finally get to leave this area. Everything's not responding. Nothing's responding as it loads. I really doubt it will crash. I've seen it do this before. It just takes a long time, so I'll try to entertain you. So anyway, all these cells, there we go. Wait, it's doing something. Okay, so all these cells are connected to other cells, right? So we're just going to see if I can get this to respond. It's so slow. I'm not sure if that's graphics power or CPU power or what that is, but it's just it's dealing with a lot of data right now. So this is the door marker on the outside. Now this door, if I were to click on it, it's going to ask me view the door reference, and that's going to put me back inside the pub. All right, so that's how you connect a door to another door, and I'll explain more of that later. Okay, so this is an exterior cell. And this is what it looks like. These are different markers for enemies, probably red. Red would probably be an enemy. There's all kinds of markers here. It's you're gonna find it's got smog levels and all kinds of different things in here. Look, there's some cool stuff over there, but that's just light sources. So anyway, yeah, this could take a while for me to try to show you everything on this exterior cell. It's huge. It's got a lot to load. There are limits. All right, come on. Come on. I just want to go back so I can do my example. Like maybe I might want to keep, like these are just different random locations of raiders or whatever all else that just might happen to congregate in that location. All right. Well, I'm going to turn off markers for now. That'll actually make it a little better as far as being able to view this in reasonable pace. Okay, so now there's no markers. All you see is the stuff. The stuff, the things, right? All these little cells, all these things are things that you can click on and move around and do whatever you want to do, right? So, and a building, now this one I believe is pretty tall. It's not one of the taller buildings in it, but it's pretty tall. Right here, that's Swan's Pond. That's the general location I'm working in right now. Now I've already added one door right here. Let me just make sure I have it selected. There we go. So I already added this door because I intend on making more than one floor in this building. Like as of now, there's nothing on the inside here. There is no cell markers to go inside. It's just an empty building. If I go inside, this is what you see. Nothing. Lots and lots of nothing. So there's really nothing in here. It has not been used in the game for anything. So I'm going to use it. And that's the beauty of modding. Right. So as soon as it starts responding. Now I'm looking at this building, right? I've already added a couple signs. I'm going to add some more signs. I added some, if I turn my markers back on. It's just little stuff I've done. Markers. So you can see I added a light right there. That's a light. I'll probably have to play with these markers and everything, maybe get rid of some of the enemies or choose my own enemies. For this particular area, as I have progressed in the mod, it's going to be an active bar. That's the goal anyway. Besides the story and all that other good shit, I intend to actually have it a working bar. Right. Ambition. Right, let me get the markers off again because it's just slowing down the whole fucking process. I can't even move. Can't even move like this. All right, so this is where we are. This is the outside. That's the entrance. All of these buildings are empty. So this whole area could be developed by a modder. All of these buildings are empty, right? They're all boarded up. So you can look, so part of, all right. I'm getting myself all flustered talking about this, right? So part of a mod and being a modder is like seeing what you got, right? When you're in world, but the first thing I do when I go to build a mod or do something like this, they got to pick a location. You need a good location. So in the game, you just run around and do your thing. And you find the different buildings that intrigue you. You look at their shape. Like when I'm working on this one over here, and the floors have already designed it out to some degree on kind of the basic shape, the way I need to make it to match the actual building. So all of these things could have doors put on them. You could make 1 apartment, 2 apartments, 100 apartments, whatever you want to do. You could take, right here, see? You could just take this whole face off right here, if I can select it. You could take this whole face off and put a whole new door there and use this balcony again, right? I mean, like, you could make that a functioning balcony. All you need is a door frame, which you could probably get right there. Or one similar. If you look at the name of this is called open. Okay, hold on. What's it doing? Stop it. Stop it. I'm trying to do something. Okay. All right. So, are we happy now? All right. So if I want to find out what this is, if it's gonna let me, come on, yo. And you want to be careful not to accidentally move things in the world in your mod, but maybe we'll get into cleaning up your mess in a later video or something. What's going on with this? Have I done anything with it? Did I damage it? I hope not. I can't seem to select anything right now. What's going on? It's freaking out. It's freaking out, man. Look, I've made changes to Swan's Pond there. Oh, now it works. Oh, great. About time. Right, that was slow. All right, but if I wanted to find out what this is, like, so if you found a doorway and you wanted to put a doorway up here, for whatever reason, you want to build a out thing, you just select it and get rid of it. In this case, it looks like it's got some junk on the front of it. I'm just going to close this for now. All right, so this is what... come on, try and select things. All right, if I want to find out what it is... there we go. Okay, Deco main. The base object is called Deco main A1 times 1 win dB bay blah 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 blah, and this is its number in the game, but that doesn't really help you very much. So where you want to find that sort of thing is probably somewhere in static architecture. Let's see. Do I find it here? Deco. See, these are all different things. If you want to look at them, you can kind of go like this and go preview. Then you can look what that looks like. So you right-click and preview. Right. And you can go down this list. There's a ton of stuff here. And all of this you can use in your mods. Believe me, it's going to take forever for you to find what you want. So it's so much easier. Now, here's Deco. Okay, so this is what I'm kind of looking for right here. All right, so that is a Deco ceiling. Whereas, oh God. So confusing. Let's get you over here or something and shrink that window, or I don't know. You end up with a lot of windows open. It gets kind of confusing. So this is called Deco main. Here, I know what I can do. I can put it up here. Then I can just grab it right here. Deco main. So, and this is another piece of the Deco archistructure. So you have all of this Deco main, A1. This looks like it might be something. That looks like a corner piece, something like that. Yeah. So you can find the different pieces as you're going, or you can just kind of go, copy, and then paste, right? And now there's another one here somewhere. I don't know where, but it's here somewhere. So that's basically the process of building. So I could take this and I could drag it right out of here. I'm trying not to freaking damage my mod. I might have to shut down this and not save any changes first, because otherwise you end up with a problem confusing everything. But I'm just kind of giving you the tour or whatever. Let me move the window, please. Okay, okay, it's confused. It'll be okay. It'll be all right. All right, it's fine. But as you can see on the inside, there's nothing. It's just an exterior shell. It doesn't mean anything. So that's why we use interior cells instead when we're doing things. And you can take all these different pieces, move them together, and do whatever you want to with them. It's really quite something. Yeah. Let's try to put that back. And when you're lining things up, you might want to like get up close and get a nice view of it to make sure that it lines up properly, because otherwise it's going to look funny or something's going to look out of place, or you're going to see a hole in the world. Like say, all right, now the shit's all confused. Yeah, because I don't actually want to change any of this stuff, but if it wasn't quite right, you get this hole in the world problem, you know, where you can see that it's all an illusion. I'm sure you've seen it in a game at some point, where you can see under a rock or under a bush or something like that. That's all. That's clipping, I believe, is what that's called, and that's what it looks like from the inside versus the outside, where it looks like a solid structure. All right, so I guess that's the base lesson on that. All these is pieces put together. Probably, I don't know how much this might actually be. If I could turn off clouds and fog and shit, maybe it would help. Can I do that? Can I get rid of that? I might be able to. If I can do that, that might help with this kind of rendering problem. If you two have the problem, that could, leaves, occlusion planes. There's a couple things I can shut off. Fog. Did I just turn it on or off? I'm not quite sure. In any event, you get the idea. All these are pieces, and you put them together in a puzzle. And if you want a particular look, you just got to find out what that look is in the creation kit. You can do that by scouting. In the real game, just try and figure out where you are in the real game. Sometimes you'll have, like in this case, it's called Swan's Pond. So, I mean, that's pretty easy to find. But a lot of places are just called wilderness, right? See, if I were to just go view wilderness, I'm not going to save any of this. I'm just giving you, okay, so now I'm out in the wilderness. Now loaded fast, didn't it? Yeah, but comparatively, that loaded really fast. And there's not much going on here. There's not much going on. It might take a second for things to load, possibly, like bushes and trees and shit. But right now, it looks pretty empty. You know, if I were to pick Newpont's Park, let's view that. Eventually, things will load. I think that's what's happening right now, is that the things are taking a second to load. There we go. Things are starting to load. It's just it might take a while depending on the power of your computer. There it goes. There it goes. Now I can get a nice close look up. And that's how you move around the cells. Figuring out where you are sometimes can be a pain. If you can get near it, oh, that's too much. And then just sort of, like, so there's the park, but now look up here. I want to draw your attention up here, because this is how cells actually work, right? So we're just going to keep going. Boom! Now I'm in the wilderness. You see? It changed to wilderness because it's actually cells on top of cells on top of cells on top of cells. It's not really one big giant thing at all. So I could move around the map and slowly find the place if I had some idea where to start. I mean, that's really the trickiest part about it all, is finding, especially if you're building out in the wilderness, like this kind of place. It's all called wilderness, unless you know, like, unless there's a building nearby that you can find with an interior cell, perhaps. That really helps, because right now I'm in the Commonwealth. You got recent cells. All right, these are all my recent cells, apparently. You also have Diamond City, Good Neighbor, Sanctuary Hills. I mean, just kind of pick a general. There's Sanctuary Hills, but you see, most of this is called wilderness. All right? It makes it kind of hard to find things, but you can find it eventually once you have it loaded enough where you can actually see what's on this cell. It just takes a second sometimes, I guess. But Yeah, I mean, so it's easier to build near something where you know where an interior cell is and do like this sort of thing. Like, okay, I want to go to unused cave. I have no idea where this is. Breakheart Banks. We're going to go there. Say I know it's near unused cave. Now I just got to turn my markers on so I can see again. Boop. Okay, so my markers. This ladder is actually the exit. So you can use ladders, you can use doors, hatches. Any of them can be made into something you can move from one cell to another cell. And I'll show you how to get into that later because I do have that door at Prost. So let me just go back to Prost. And I can try to set up, well, I'll have to show you once I have an interior space probably. I don't know how many, this might actually turn into more than one video. I'm not sure how long this is going to be because it's a really big subject when you're talking about modding. And Prost has already been loaded, so everything just popped up just nice. It's right there in the cache. As you can see, I've added a lot of lights in here. I also added something we'll deal with a little later. Future video or this video, probably the end of this video or a video on top of this video, something like that. Not quite sure. So right over here, something I added. Only people who really watch this, but I'm going to try not to give you too many spoilers on that. Now this used to just be a little closet right here. It's still a little closet, but it's now big enough to hold her. Now I'm going to have to change out this door cell because the cell door doesn't actually work the way I want it to work. So what I'm going to get into a little bit now to try and show you, but it's a much bigger subject than that. Is called Navmeshing. Now Navmeshing is okay. This girl, I wanted her to be on that side of the door, right? And she kept on, when I come into the world, she kept on popping out of the world, out of the door onto this side. And I couldn't figure out why. However, now I think I do know why, and it's called the Navmesh. All right, so this is the Navmesh thing. Let me turn off my markers because that's just a visual bug right now. Okay, so this is a Navmesh. All right, this is how NPCs know where they can walk or what's actually walkable. Otherwise, they'd be stuck on a wall or some crap. I don't know. I mean, just theoretically. All right, so you can just take and move these things around just like so. They're also, you can get them off the floor. Sometimes you'll find them when you're looking through a previous existing nav mesh. Here's a good example right here. This one is actually off the ground. So it's not a properly aligned nav mesh, or maybe I'm just picky. It probably doesn't make a bit of difference, but I'm picky. So I would take this nav mesh and I would move it down here so it looks right. There we go. And you can kind of go up and down. And this is again done with holding the Z key. You click on it with the you left mouse, and then you Z key, and then you can do that, like so. Anyway, I can't save any of this anyway because I fucked up some architecture, and now I got things I don't actually want in my mod. And the more crap you have in your mod, the bigger your mod is. So sometimes afterwards you need to do a little bit of cleaning up. So try not to cause too much problems to begin with, and then you won't have to clean up later. There are tools for that, like I believe the current one used for Fallout, because the Creation Kit is on a similar engine as the Skyrim Creation Kit. The one used for Fallout can be effectively done with TES5 edit, and that is kind of a way to edit the raw data. But we're so far down the line. But this all goes together with modding, and this is all stuff you need to know if you intend on doing any modding at all. So I'm hoping you're enjoying my series so far, and I'm gonna get into all the shit. All right, so I've shown you interior cells, I've shown you exterior cells. Now I guess I can show you some actual building. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer it. But it's kind of hard to answer over text.